Hey everybody, we're going to be discussing some Google Classroom basics for our remote learning environment this year. So to get to Google Classroom, you can type it in the Google bar, classroom.google.com, or just search Google Classroom and come up. Um, Sign in with your Shaker Google ID, and you'll get something very similar to this. Um, some guidelines that we want things to be clear for students as possible. And some of this stuff is things that we've already been doing. These are just guidelines that have been set forth, so things are a little bit more clear and kind of uniform across everybody's Google Classroom for the year. So the first thing we're going to do to create a class, for those of you that are new to Google Classroom or need a refresher, up in the top right hand corner you hit a plus sign and you hit create class. Make sure you hit create and not join. Okay. This here's where the uniformity starts. The class name, we are going to include a class name, and we're asking everybody to do this one Google Classroom per period. So if you teach 3 sections, just for ease of progress book and everything, I would just do 1 class per period. So the class name, I'm going to make one for myself. I teach AP AB Calculus. Okay. And we want to include the period name and then also the teacher name, so students have an easier time finding it. Even though they should be able to find it, we want to say, okay, this is the period and the teacher. I am going to put that in the section. I'm going to say that is 6th period and myself, Mr. Thomas. The other 2 lines here do not appear. Only the class name appears and the section appears. So those are the 2 lines you can type in. But the 3 things we want to include the class name, we want to include your teacher name, and then we want the period. And we're going to go ahead and create that. Okay, it will take some time. Okay, so now I have my class name, I have myself, and I have the period. All right. Here is the class code that you would provide to students for them to sign up. The first thing that to talk about with some details behind the Google site is we are going to provide a Google Meet link. And that is right here. It says Google Meet link. Oh, it doesn't provide a link right now. So we're going to click Google Meet link, and it is going to generate one right here for me. If I add the Google Meet link, okay, and then I could click copy and I could post this. I could put it in calendar, but this is the Google Meet link that we want to use. It's going to provide a code right here. And this is the one we want to use inside a calendar and inside our documents because we can't change this one. This is the one that Google provides us, and we can't edit the Meet link. We try to. We can edit it in calendar, we can edit it in our documents, but we can't edit this one. Okay. The other thing we want to do is that this main page is called your stream, and it says stream up top. We don't want students to be able to edit this right away because they can post things just like a Facebook stream or a Twitter stream. And then you get some things where they may post something that's not appropriate, or you don't want them to post an assignment. So to change that setting, you click up in the top right hand corner on the gear. And again, you can change details inside of here. But you can go in the top right hand corner with the gear, and then where you have the stream, it says students can post and comment. Students can only comment or only teachers. At first, I would suggest saying teachers can only post and comment because then students, it would give more power. Make sure you hit save underneath that to save. Now, when you're doing assignments, go up to classwork. And again, we want to make a uniform system. We want people to be able to find, our students to be able to find our assignments. We want it to be labeled clearly. So I suggest we make topics. You hit create and then you hit topic. Okay. With the topic, I would make it a unit name. We're asking you to make it a unit name, And then as clear as possible with dates or with week numbers, and those are always subject to change, okay? We want to make a topic so things can be easily found. So say I'm going to do topic 1 in this class would be limits. And then I'm going to say that is going to be weeks numbers 1 to 2. Okay? And again, it could change. You can make those dates, but we're just making things a little bit more accessible. If I want to make another unit, we'll go right into it. Okay? I'm going to make another topic. I'm going to say derivatives is my second topic. And I'm going to say weeks numbers 3 to 5. Okay? You can just space out all your units as it might be. I can change the order. I can drag those. I simply just clicked and drag because I don't want weeks 1 and 2 ahead of 3 and 5 or below 3 and 5 right now. But there's my weeks. All right, there's my topics all spaced out. Now when I'm making assignments, I can simply click to create as well and click new assignment. Okay, I can give it a title. All right, I want to put this under my topic. I'm going to say assignment number 1. I love making giving my assignments numbers. That way the student knows here's where I'm looking. You can also say assignment number 1 under limits. Okay, that way I know it's under limits. I could put unit limits and so forth. And then let's say invest or limit, and I'm going to give it a title, limit graphs. Okay, instructions, just general instructions. Limit graphs. I'm not going to get too deep. And then if I have something I want to add to that, I click on add, all right, and I click on Google Drive. I actually don't have a limit topic here right off the top of my head. Let's just take, let's see, this one. Insert it. And then if you want, if this is like a Google presentation, a Google slide presentation, or a Google doc, and you want students to be able to edit it and have their own, here's some options here. Students can edit the file. That means they all have access to one file. The one that we're probably going to use the most is make a copy for each student. That means when they open that assignment, it is their assignment. All right. A couple other things off to the side. Right now, it's only for one class. I could click other classes that I want it to be assigned to. There's my 2 AP classes. All students is selected. I could change the points amount. I could put in a due date if I want. All right. Here is the key to get it under that topic. I'm going to click topic, and I want it under that first topic. I want it under limits. I'm going to put it under limits, and I'm going to assign it. Okay. You can also schedule it. If I would have clicked that down arrow, I could have scheduled that assignment, but you can play around with that. There's my assignment right there. One other thing, if you use Google Classroom in the past and you're a professional and you don't want to find something in Google searching through it, if you use topics before, or if you use an assignment for, you can reuse a post. Give it some time. I've already preloaded this. And here's all the classes that you have previously done. All right, here's last year's classes. It goes all the way, mine goes all the way back to 2016. If there's assignment in there that you know you had, you can click on assignment. It will give you the different assignments. If you had things from last year, let's see, this one will have assignments. You can also create new copies of assignments. So you would simply click on one and hit reuse. So there's your general overview of what we're asking to do as far as our Google Classroom requirements. Here it is on the side here. If you want to pause the video here, we're asking that you have a Google Classroom for each period, that you split it up with your last name, your subject, and the period number. Under the topics, you have the title of the unit, and we go weeks or dates, and then you could have your unit names. When you title assignments, I love doing assignment numbers, because then I'm not just throwing a name of the assignment. The student can actually go, okay, I need to turn in assignment 3. under this unit. Post the assignments under classwork. And then the two things that I did in the middle there was make sure your stream is for the teachers only, and then make sure also that, oh, one final thing is that make sure your Google site, the links when you post assignments, make sure they're correct. Because you may want to open the assignment first and make sure it's the right assignment. You don't want to post the wrong assignment. Okay. If you have any other questions, guys, Adam Thomas, I'm here to help you guys. Please let me know. Thank you.